Hello, welcome to Star Wars Spelled Out. I'm your host, Josh Chapman, and today, wow, how many days are we out? The days tick down. We watch these days tick down, and then sometimes you get a little jolt. You get something when something big drops, when something big Andor drops. You bring in the number one. You bring in the big cheese. You bring in Star Wars' number one Andor aficionado, Catherine Kneen. Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the podcast.
Hello, Josh. Hello, everyone. Lucasfilm did not consult with me on the timing of this trailer drop. It was incredibly inconvenient for me.
What time was it actually? I woke up this morning and it was just on. So yeah, it's the Andor trailer. In case you haven't realized, the internet's already been asking what's Catherine's reactions have been very muted on social media, and she's been lucky enough. We've been blessed to have her come straight here. She hasn't even done it on her own podcast. She's come to this little backwater joint to talk. So, what time did it drop? Was it?
All I can guess is from messages on various Discord channels where, yes, I got tagged. And I think it was about 4 a.m. our time.
Mm-hmm.
So I was semi-conscious, about 6:30 a.m. when I, turned the sleep thing off my phone. I didn't have that many notifications, to be fair. Like, it wasn't that many. But yeah, it was like, okay, the Andor trailer's dropped. I'm like, okay.
Feels like it's been coming though. Like, it feels like in the natural progression of things, based on when stuff kind of tends to drop, and it felt like it was pretty close. Like, I even feel like there might have even been some poster stuff a day or two before, or maybe I'm wrong.
No,
I don't know. It just felt like in the wind. Maybe it was just in the wind. It felt close.
Well, we're like 2 months off. It's the 25th of February our time, and so we're about 2 months off. So it sort of feels like it should be here. People have been waiting for it for a while.
Well, isn't there a Twitter account or a bluesky account of like, is the Andor trailer out yet?
Yeah.
Have they updated?
I haven't looked. I might have to do a search. Usually, in the once a day I open Twitter, that's like one of the ones that's up the top. Yep. Is the Andor trailer out yet? No.
I mean, we know it is, but it's always nice to know that people are on there, on the job.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's very unexpectedly.
Would you have preferred like a run up of like if like 3 days ago, StarWars.com had said, we get ready to ride again. The Andor trailer will be coming at, whatever it is, 4 p.m. Eastern American something time, blah blah blah. Would you have preferred to have known that and known that it was coming at 4 a.m. Australian time, or would you just like, rather than being like going to bed going, oh, am I going to have to wake up and watch it? Do I wake up at 4 o'clock? Or do I just?
Well, you know me in planning.
Yeah. So realistically, you probably wouldn't have been able to be like, I'll just let it slide and I'll wake up, or I'll just wake up in the morning and watch it when it's there.
Yeah. So, like I would have made a plan to watch it, and, we would have had a plan to record. Also, like, this day, it's a busy day at work. I have stuff on after work, and it's also the day my dad comes for dinner. So it's like, Lucasfilm, what are you doing? I'm your marketing department.
Somebody ought to step down from their job over this.
Yes.
All those people on the internet have been crying for her blood, and Catherine makes one call, and then all of a sudden she's just like, wow, if I've disappointed Catherine, maybe it is time to step down.
Yes.
I go work at that weird pizza joint that was near Lucasfilm. Remember the weird pizza joint near Lucasfilm that we kept joking she goes there for breakfast every day?
Yep. Well, we went to their Starbucks. So
we did go to their Starbucks.
Mm.
It's something. It's not quite the same as being in the building, but it's something.
Well, I'm pretty sure that's the Starbucks that mucked up Gareth's name that gave us Scariff. So
We'll have to check for the plaque next time we're there.
I should just make one and stick it there.
Yeah, just like this is the place. It's like the Scott Morrison one at the McDonald's or whatever it is. Somebody can Google that. We're not going to repeat it on here. Yeah, I'll look. It's not a super convenient time. I feel like the last few Star Wars related trailers have all just sort of, especially for TV, have just dropped
Yeah,
out of the blue. I feel like the movie ones are a little bit more sizzle, but it's been so long since it's been a bloody movie. Like, who can remember really?
yeah.
But
I felt like the first Andor trailer, like we had a plan. I think we'd already planned out. We knew when it was coming,
mhm.
and the time of the drop. Um, yeah, and so yeah, you and I had a plan of recording all of that fresh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So this was a little bit more, fly by the seat of
yeah,
our trousers. But
yeah.
that's how we roll.
And
Now, do
and
we?
look, I should have expected that because everything else, yeah, you're right. It's has in a way sort of just come out, and I have been happy enough to sort of watch them on my phone lying in bed. But Andor, that's not the way I watch Andor.
So you just have to run to the tally and put the tally on and hook the YouTube and do the.
Uh, I debated watching it on the TV this morning, but I ended up watching it here on my desktop. But honestly, it I don't think I took it all in. I had another just one watch about 20 minutes ago on the TV and went, oh, I've actually seen a bit more.
Mhm. We'll
But
we'll
I
go we'll
haven't
go we'll go
really
through
looked
it.
at it. Yeah.
Obviously, I don't have a screen sharing thing here, so we're just gonna have to click through together and go to the same spots. But whatever, who cares? It's only podcasting. Now, do you want to address the elephant in the room now, or do you want to wait till the end? Let's
I,
let's go
yeah.
over it now, because
Yeah.
then we can just get into the meat of it. But let's say when you started this journey, when you
Mm.
started this Andor journey, you know, Rogue One, it
2016.
was it was a film that you loved the character. All of a sudden, he got a show. All this stuff blew up. Celebration, seeing him on the stage, doing all this stuff, and then the show comes out, and it's just everything you wanted and more, and everybody loves it, and it's this thing that's just suffice to say, it hasn't really done you wrong at any
Yeah.
point. Hasn't let
Yeah.
you down. Hasn't put a foot wrong. It's delivered and more, and it's just been. I can't wait for this to happen. It's going to be great, and it doesn't seem to be any question that this isn't going to be great. And I think that's the thing we've got to keep in perspective here.
But
But they're going to release this whole thing in 4 weeks. They're going to
yeah.
condense the ring. So rather than 3 months of
Mm.
Andorific season of every Wednesday or Thursday or whatever it's going to be of an episode dropping and taking it in and watching it, now they're going to drop 3 at a time and burn
Yeah.
through this thing in a month.
Yes. So I am devastated actually. I've literally cried about this today. That I find I'm just really, really upset about it. That I really obviously I love the week to week, the drip of it, the thinking about it. We'd have 12 weeks of thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously that's 12 weeks of me rearranging Wednesdays to fit around Andor.
Yep.
But I do it for Andor. Us now only 4 weeks of it and a lot in each drop. So there's a lot then to sort of process and to sort of take it all in. I sort of feel like I'm gonna miss things,
Yeah.
and there's just
I,
so much to each episode. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just
I think realistically, and I'm going to put this down now. We haven't discussed this at all, and this is just we will do the reviews as we have
mhm,
done. That won't change.
yeah,
But realistically, I think we'll do them the day after. I don't think we'll do them the night of. I think it's just not possible. I think it's just to sit down, watch 3 episodes of a show. We don't know how long they're going to be, but they'll be at least, even if they're half an hour each, it's an hour and a half. Even if they're like, and we can't spread it all out. So I think realistically, and it's a shame because it's worked out quite well that we get the drop. We're in the morning, and we've got fans in the US who get up, and we're kind of there in their little inboxes waiting the night after they've watched their Star Wars show, and it's been great. But I just don't think it's realistic that we'll be able to watch it, get it in, get everybody on, and talk about it and do it justice as well. Like, I just don't think it's going to be possible. So I think that we'll have we'll get the gang together. We'll get Mole and we'll get Andy Bell and obviously you, and we'll have a discussion about it and we'll figure out what we'll do about it. But I just don't think I think it's too much pressure for everybody. And again, like you said, you'll just watch it and you'll be like, oh, now I've got to. We already did that with one episode, like one episode of bloody. Like The Acolyte or something, and then you're just like, oh shit! Now I've got to get up and I've got to like get into the study and I've got to get to figure out what I've just watched. And
so with one episode, one episode of Andor, sort of. I mean, Mole will probably fact check me on this one, but sort of like that 45 to 50-minute type of thing, and so very, very chunky and very dense. And to get 3 of those at once is a lot, especially at this point. With season 1.
Oh, it's like a motorbike just rode past my house. The bikers are out in Glen Iris. Look out.
Yeah, like with season 1, I understand why they did the 3 episodes.
And we said when we watched the first one, we actually went, that was the smart move because it was, it needed that to get you in. And I guess that's the question is, it's like, well, what's the thinking? And where is the thinking coming? How much power does Tony Gilroy have over this? If it was his say, would you do it this way? Would you do the other way? Does it? And I think when we get to the trailer as well, I think this is a deliberate attempt to sell this as wide as possible. And they want to hit hard. And I think viewer drop off has been an issue for Star Wars shows, for Acolyte and for Skeleton Crew over 10 seasons. So 10 episodes or more. And I think they're worried that with 12, they're worried that even though the show is great, and it almost feels like it's like a, like a box office thing. If it doesn't hit in the first 2 weeks, they just kind of write it off, which, and is it doing a disservice? But yeah, I don't. It feels like an upstairs decision.
It does, because I felt that season 1 gained momentum as it went along. It got such positive word of mouth as it went along. So I felt, like, okay, other series may have had that drop off. I felt like Andor built. Like, it went from a show that maybe people were delaying a watch of to no, I've got to watch it as soon as I can. And I'm going to pass the word along to everyone I know of, hey, watch this show. And then people were slowly catching up. I mean, maybe that's just my admittedly incredibly biased perspective. But I don't think Andor suffered the same sort of drop-off that other shows did.
I know, but it has been a few years since it's come out, and they have eaten it on some shows. But it's weird because this is not a release schedule they've done for anything else.
No.
So this is a first out the door. I don't know what they're doing for Daredevil, which is the next big Disney Plus show, which is also a lot of episodes. So I don't know whether there's a similar vibe and they're going to test the waters. I don't even know. I think that comes out soon. Does it even come out before Andor?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's coming out pretty soon.
So I'd have to double check that. Someone will know. But I mean, if that's what Tony Gilroy wants and it's preferred to be this way, I don't think he would probably mind either way. I think they're proud of it either way. But I think it's a deliberate move to keep people engaged harder for shorter.
Yeah.
Which is, considering they don't have any other Star Wars stuff after this, is also an interesting move as well.
Yeah.
But look, and I certainly get it, because it's, you've been leading up to this for a long time. You want it to last as long as possible.
Mm.
And the reality is, it's like, well, when it's done, it's like, well, like, now what? Like,
Well,
now I've got a third less of the thing I was looking forward to. I mean, it's all there, but I don't get to enjoy the ride for as long.
that's
Um,
that's the stark reality I am looking down. Um,
It's like
but
that Red Dwarf episode where Lister, all the curry gets destroyed on the ship, and Lister's really upset, and Crichton just goes, "Maybe you could learn to love pasta."
mm, yeah, like
I'm not
it's
getting like, that was the face that he made.
yeah. I mean,
Um,
I've also seeing an argument of okay, because of the time jumps, they're doing this to make it clearer for the casuals, like all the people who aren't as aware
but
that
the jump
these
still
time
happens
jumps.
from episode to episode anyway.
Well,
Like, what's the difference in that?
it's definitely from arc to arc.
Yeah, and then
Um,
you've been watching them arc to arc, so you have seen
mm,
the power of the arc as
yeah,
well.
yeah.
Um,
Um, I've yes, I enjoy watching them as an arc, but this is a rewatch. Like
yep.
it's not a first watch. And I'll just be upfront. I don't enjoy watching anything as a binge. I don't really take a lot from it. I don't remember things very well from it. Um, I just flat out don't enjoy it. I also find it a confronting thing because, I'm sure like everyone else, like you work your full time job, you get home and blah, 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 blah. And then it's like, okay, now for my shows, but it's 9 o'clock and I've got 3 hours of Andor.
Mm.
Like, I would do it, but it's not a great
It's not
idea.
the optimal viewing experience. Yeah, and we
Yeah,
don't. I mean, we don't, like, until we know. I don't think it'll
yeah.
be like, oh my
I
god, I'm glad that they did. They like, it'll probably
yeah.
still have its little stings, and like, it'll still be
Mm,
12. It's still 12 episodes. They're not going to be
yeah.
four. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to present them as 4 hour-and-a-half episodes. I think they'll still be
Mm,
an episode with a opening title and a closing credits, and then an opening title, and probably with a recap as well, and all that
yeah.
stuff. It's not going to be, oh, there's only 4 episodes, and it's got the thing. I mean, maybe they will. Maybe
Mm.
and that would probably make it slightly less jarring. At least if you went in and you were like, okay, the episode is whatever, 78 minutes or something, and it's the full banana.
Yeah.
Um,
I've just had a thought that, when they release the Blu-ray box set for this season, they'll probably do the same thing and have 4 episodes per disc, which will make even less sense with the way
oh
they are
yeah.
releasing it.
Well, they just need to do more extras and just pad it out to an extra disc. Okay. I do feel for you, and it does throw a monkey wrench in our operation, but it is what it is. It's still going to happen, and it's still going to be great.
Yeah.
But it was a very out of left field. But we'll circle back around.
Yeah.
But let's have a look at this trailer now. Like I said, we're not watching at the same screen here, but we've both
Oh,
got it.
better get that up.
I'll put the volume down, and we won't do a frame by frame here, but we'll do it in the bits that we can do now. Just as we line up, this is not the trailer that we saw at Celebration.
No.
This is a different beast. There might be one or two little things. I mean, I have watched. Oh, I don't know if anybody can hear that or not, but I'll just put the sound down. I'll put the closed captions on as well. Before we go any further, because I'm going to watch this with the sound down, but we should address that this is a tonally very, like, it's got
Yeah.
like groovy music in it. It's like a groovy music kind of intro. Now, our friend of the show, Turbo, has actually said what the song is. If if I can quickly find out what it is. I think he said it was Steve Earle. Where is it? We had it. I'm just looking in our Discord channel trying to find out where it was. Steve Earle, yeah, the revolution starts now. So, at least an apt theme-wise to the song, but to have a kind of upbeat kind of rock and roller in Andor seems a bit weird.
Yeah.
And again, I feel like it's another attempt to widen the appeal on this. Although it's a season 2, I think you kind of know what you're going to get. But it does seem a little bit similar to what they did with the Skeleton Crew trailer, which most people liked, where it was a bit.
I think what I liked about that was that it was in Huttese, and the 80s-ness of it all, and it hit that sort of nostalgia type of thing, whereas this doesn't have that same vibe. I don't know, but honestly,
I think
kind of
looking at the vision,
blocked out the music.
Looking at the vision, I think this show is going to be pretty grim. And I think this is just kind of how they're covering how grim it's going to be, to be honest. Like, I really think this is going to be pretty heavy with some pretty heavy themes. And I think this trailer is a little bit of a red herring, but we'll get into it. So we basically just sort of kick off at the start with a couple of different shots of characters walking through. We've got Mon Mothma walking down. We've got Cassian, I think, from the back walking down a corridor, sort of from the back shot.
Yeah.
And then there's another character with the hood on sort of blasting an Imperial. They're walking down a hallway as well. And then we get a front shot of Cassian. He's looking very, I don't know if you can see this one. It's about 7 seconds in, Catherine. It looks like he's on Yavin base, maybe. Do you think?
Yeah. They, like the pyramid thing in the background does look like the Yavin base, and we can see the orange jumpsuits and X-wings there. So it's a very good possibility that is.
He's
Yavin
looking
based.
quite Rogue One-y.
Yeah,
this feels like this is probably one closer to the end of the series than the start.
Yeah, like it's sort of looking like the jacket he wore in on the Ring of Catherine.
Yep. It's a good jacket to shoot your mate with. Shoot your mate.
Oh, he does have a good jacket game.
He does. I've been trying to draw an Andor jacket for some of the Celebration merch. So, as some people might have seen, we have just a little detour, a little self-plug. The stickers for Celebration done and the patches are on their way. And it's a nice little design that we've got with Andor on there. So if you're at Celebration, come and say hi and take a sticker. So, yeah, and we basically just get the caption that we're in a war. And Cassian's sort of like, do you want to fight? He's kind of got the mo going, and I'm talking to somebody at the back of the head. I'm not quite sure who that is, but
look, there's been one consistent thing with like Andor trailers and Andor in general. It's a lot of shots from people walking from behind.
Yeah, and then we sort of get to this other one who's in this sort of big sort of cornfield, running down, being pursued by some stormtroopers, which is a very nice looking shot. I don't know if can't imagine they would have shot that in Britain. I can't remember anywhere in Britain that looks like that. Who knows? Might be like one of those Spanish locations or something.
Yeah.
But looking pretty good, pursued by some stormtroopers, which is always nice. And then we've got him flying something again. Another good jacket. That's a different jacket again. It's like he's just got a jacket for all seasons. I suppose because they're jumping to so many time zones, it's like different clothes for each time zone. That's how you keep track of everything.
Yeah, he updates his wardrobe regularly. He's got a great,
like a nice big closet he pulls out, and it's just like a whole row of different sort of jackets for every occasion, sort of thing.
Lando has capes. Cassian has jackets.
He does. He's doing a good. So he's sort of flying something in there, and they pan down, and he's doing some steering on there, looking very cool. And then he's having a shot at something that's driving along. Any idea what that ship is? Is it an Imperial?
I think
it's got the black panels like an Imperial ship, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I think it's some kind of like TIE fighter, like I'm not, Jimmy Dice with,
Jimmy Dice. That's
yeah,
exactly where my brain went. Like Jimmy, like, yeah, right now you're looking at the it's called the TIE Interceptor Defender Class C4. It's a lovely ship. Sorry, I went a bit Lando there. Jimmy Dice halfway between Lando and Jimmy Dice and Billy D.
yeah. But yeah, like it's definitely blowing up something, and I'm wondering if that's some kind of, Imperial troop um,
Carrier or
carry.
something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So yes, and, he gets his shot in, blows it up nice and good, and then, which I don't know, think we've ever had in a Star Wars trailer for anything, a whole
Nope.
bunch of flexing, a whole bunch of like critical flexing going on.
The first season of Andor was hailed by critics everywhere. Where's my the first season of Andor was hailed by Catherine as the
Catherine,
greatest thing ever.
where's the, even she's still unwavering in her support despite a slap in the face from upper management. She's still unwavering in her support. But no, this is weird. Like they've never done a flex like this before, as far as like, and then we get a nice, lovely shot of Saw Gerrera. Still looking pretty good,
Yeah.
looking very close to Rogue One again. He's got he's kind of got the hair going, because he had the
Yeah.
shaved head in season 1.
It wasn't shaved, but I think it was more closely cut. And this looks far closer, to Rogue One. So this is a bit more further down the line of
Yep.
what's happened to Saw. Yeah.
Yeah, we're sort of getting closer to that Rogue One time. That's sort of the point
Lies,
that
deception.
all's judged upon, isn't it? Really.
Yeah.
And and then it's an emotional, thrilling, and exciting, says the rap, says Catherine Kneen. And then we get this shot of Mon Mothma at some crazy little dance party. They're all having, it's like a little Renaissance dancing kind of. What are they
Uh,
all? Like a Heidi Hey and a Heidi Ho and a Tra La La kind of.
well, you wonder whether it is like the wedding reception of her daughter Leda, because
Oh, good
you sort of
call.
see some of the blue in there, and a lot of you know a lot of
I
their
think it's the
colors,
religious
like
nut bars doing the
yeah,
little dances. Ah,
yeah,
yep.
a blue, but it could be. The other thought I had is maybe she goes visits the Gormans, and they're having a party, and
I
she's
think she says she just goes to
participating.
visit Gorman, and get a new dress.
Yep.
If people are
Yep.
familiar with Gorman, which is a fashion brand in Australia that my partner
Oh,
Kat is very fond of.
Gormans. What are they? What's the massacre on? It's not Gorman.
Oh, it's
Then
not Gorman. That's right. The Gorman massacre at the shopping center. Yeah. So there's a
yeah,
lot of Gorman in my wardrobe, in our sort of walk-in closet
yeah,
for the
yeah,
one rack that I get, and the rest is hers with her stuff. That's how it rolls. But beautiful shot, and
yeah,
Genevieve O'Reilly looking very nice. She's going, "Hello, Turbo. I see you there." Looking, but yeah, it's all kind of going off,
yeah.
and
Confident
confident and
and sophisticated.
sophisticated. And then, speaking of confident and sophisticated, there's
Here we
Skarsgård
go.
himself.
Yeah. Now, I think when I watched this morning, I didn't even register he was there, but it, it's sort of the long-haired Luthen look.
Now, is it?
So,
It doesn't look like the wig though. I'm just trying to remember the two hairs, because there's
or
the wig
maybe,
version and there's the action version, right?
yeah,
This
yeah.
feels like a longer version of the action version, but not as long as the wig version.
It might be a new wig.
It's either a new
Don't know.
wig or he's grown out the action,
I don't think he'd go
or
out
he's
the
not hiding
action.
anymore. No, you don't reckon?
I don't think he would because, yeah, he needs it is that getting into character, as it were.
Yeah,
He needs that distinction between the two. And looking at his clothes there, it looks sort of more
like he's in nice
colourful.
clothing, like he's not in
Yeah,
action mode. Yep,
yeah,
yep. I
yeah.
kind of thought maybe he's given up the double persona. He's just all action now, but maybe he can't do that. So we'll spin on there. It's truly phenomenal storytelling, Catherine, according to The Atlantic. And then
The
we
Verge, yeah.
cross to the double shot.
Yep. Bix.
Bix is back in the mix. Bix in the mix.
Woohoo. This
So
is looking, in a sense, very Coruscant-y.
it's definitely not. They're not on the Rick's Road, are they? Like, she's gone
No.
off planet. So perhaps she's been brought into the fold.
Yeah. Yeah. So this is interesting in terms of some of the behind the scenes, knowing where they may have filmed this, but it's definitely looking a bit more sort of Coruscant-y, brutalistic type of thing. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
definitely they're doing the walking away from an explosion bit.
Cool guys don't look at explosions. Well,
Yeah.
you know, she went through a lot of stuff. So I think she's probably, it wouldn't be a stretch to say she's probably hardened and is just interested in kicking some heads and
Yeah.
doesn't really care who gets in the way, happy to do the dirty work sort of thing. But you do get the cool looking away from the explosion shots. And then, g'day there, boys. What you doing, boys? Hey, you haven't been talking to the cops, have you, mate?
Oh, I've not
He's
been talking
back.
to
Oh,
cops,
he's
are
even
you?
pulled. You're not talking to the cops, are you, mate? G'day there, boys. Hey, it's me, Ben Mendelsohn. How you going, boys? You haven't been talking to the cops, have you, mate? Credit to Arnie Donner on that, of the greatest Ben Mendelsohn
Oh,
impression. But he's back. He's there. He is, Mendo. Awesome Krennic in all his glory. He even got the shit-eating grin.
yeah. Well, Tarkin's not there. He can rule the roost here.
Well, yeah, he's probably more the man at this point, isn't he? If it's the project is just ongoing, he doesn't really have any distractions at the moment that he knows about. But it's going to be interesting to see how he weaves into this story. Like, obviously, we're jumping ahead, but the Death Star is shown in this, and the Death Star's on the poster. So it is playing off in the background. So what's he doing here, Catherine?
Looking very
G'day
pleased
there,
with
Catherine.
himself.
How's it going, mate? You haven't been talking with the cops, have you, Catherine?
Oh, oh, I just can't wait to be king.
Oh, I love a meat pie.
I'd love a 4 and 20.
Yeah. So how does he fit into it? He doesn't look like he's aged a day. Mendo, he's still got a little grey in the hair, but
Yeah.
he, I'm not sure.
So it just utter speculating. Like, he's got windows there. He's looking out. Perhaps he's on a base looking out, construction or people doing something. So maybe on Edu or maybe even on Coruscant where he's up, on higher levels going, yeah, now I'm part of it. Yeah,
I
mate.
wonder if he'll be. I mean, all logic points towards. Well, maybe not necessarily being in the arc closest to Rogue One, but maybe not actually. Maybe. Do you think he'll be a one and done arc thing, or you reckon he's?
Look, I kind of hope not, just, in the sense that I'd like to see more of Krennic. But you do wonder whether, obviously, there's big events that we sort of think are going to be seen, but
Mhm.
within that, will there be those hints of the Death Star coming out that Saw picks up on and that other things, elements of the rebellion pick up on, some big project? And is that how we see Krennic? Or, as you say, is he just in one arc? But I'd like to think we see him more than once, to see him lock horns with Deidre and Pendergast.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Mm.
let's move it along here. What have we? I mean, we just got the shot from the back, another shot at the back, and building the Death Star. Not quite as done as it was in Rogue One, but it's not too far off. So
Yeah.
it just doesn't have the dish, and
Yeah.
they put the
What a
dish in.
swell party this is.
Does swell seem like a weird word to have in Star Wars? That seems not that far from wizard. You might as well have said what a wizard party this is. Swell just
Um,
seems a bit maybe just
yeah,
weird
well,
for Ben Mendelsohn to say as well. Swell.
yeah, well, he's
No one's ever said swell, and I could probably confidently say no one's ever said swell in Star Wars before, ever.
yeah, well, we've had a shitting Star Wars now, so
That's true. Why not a swell?
yeah.
That's true.
So the dish is what that was the parts that they were working on Narkina 5, wasn't it? It was just the dish.
Oh,
Or was it just the whole sort of thing in general?
I'll have to go back and have a look.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not too sure. I
But of
feel like
course
that
we
I feel like it was. Oh, what was the shot? Because it came down because the dish was sort of elevated above it, wasn't it? But yeah, I'm
yeah,
not too sure. I have
yeah.
to. I have to.
In Rogue One, we see the dish being installed, but I think they went through just trying to remember the book Catalyst. I think they went through a couple of versions or at least trials to try to get this right.
Yeah,
That it took a lot of designing. This was part of what Galen Erso was sort of excelling at.
yeah,
His his research into the Kyber um, crystals and the extracting energy with them.
yeah, yeah. Well, I guess we'll find out. So we'll move along, and then we get a shot of ice. Well, is this Yavin base? Maybe it doesn't look like it. It looks more like um the base
Force
in Force
Awakens.
Awakens. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
maybe
I
it's
don't think
an old
that's
outpost or
Yavin.
something. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't think that's Yavin. It doesn't look foresty enough. And yeah, that's but yeah, it's interesting we sort of see a couple of X-wings, and
some
is
more
that
blokes eating it.
yep, yep, like a troop carrier thing there also.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's nice sort of seeing the X-wings take off, and then we sort of get it's a prestige drama with searing action and Emmy-winning performances, says Rolling Stone. They'd know. It's nice
Well,
getting seeing some
even
X-wings.
Emmy
Captain approves.
worthy performances. Can I just stress the Emmy worthy performances should have won Emmys, and that's another conspiracy theory behind the why this release schedule
I did make it in time for awards season.
to make it to so that it's all out in time for Emmys. But it's like, yeah, okay, so you're going up against The Last of Us, The Bear, White Lotus. Like, come
Mm.
on. Like,
Don't been chasing. Don't need to be chasing tin. Star Wars. It's
no,
you've got the prestige. So another little, and then we get a quick shot of sort of this kind of a shootout going on. I've kind of just missed that shot and gone to the next one where it looks like it's Cassian in a. Who is it? Is it one of the? Who's he talking to? I don't know. Who recognize who the lady is? Do you know who that is?
no, I don't
New
recognize
character.
her. Yeah, yeah.
But, he's not happy about something, and then your boy.
Okay, now I've stopped it. I can definitely go, yeah, that's Brasso. Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
just
rocking a
watching it
beard.
through. Yep. Yep.
That looks like
He's.
that's back
Mm,
on. Uh, what's the planet's name?
I don't think it's Ferrix.
I don't think it's
It could.
Ferrix.
No,
Oh, it looks like
because.
it's got the wheat behind it, so it's probably the same
Yeah.
planet as the wheat bit before.
Yeah.
So unless it's
Yeah.
a different part of that planet, or again, whether he's been brought into the team as well, and Cassian's got his mates, but he's just taken on a few stormtroopers there as his vibe. He just needs a brick handy.
Yeah. He can do it with a brick.
Getting there, smash some heads.
Yeah.
Good to see him. This spring, it says, and then we get this shot of, well, they're soldiers. It's kind of stormtroopery with no helmets. It's not the sort of mud trooper, army bits with the thing on it. It seems like it's something different again, unless it's the armor of the ISB, potentially armored ISB agents.
Potentially, I'm just sort of like there's hats on the guys in the background or something, and
Which makes them look more like commanders. That's what I mean.
goggles.
That's what I kind of feel like
Yeah.
they're higher ups. when they actually get their hands dirty, that's what they wear.
Yeah. Yeah, it could be, yes. I think you're right there, but it's a interesting sort of mishmash or combination of things going on.
It does just it's sort of funny. This is another one. There's been a few of these instances in this, just that like some of these sets or backgrounds or where they're shooting just look like old 1970s British, public service buildings and things. You know what I mean? Like it
Yeah.
just looks like these sort of crappy old 70s. They've just gone out to some sort of crappy area, or you've gone to East Ham and found some old government BT telecom company and just shot out the back in the hallways because it's got this sort of grim sort of vibe to it.
Well, that's how George would have done it. So,
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, it works perfectly, but there's a few of those where it's
yeah.
obviously just got that aesthetics. And those guys down the hall, and then here we see Deirdre. Doesn't look like she's having a very good time here. She sort of set her side and sat with it, and the weight of the world. It looks like one of those soldiers are in the background too. Actually,
Yeah.
same vibe as well.
Definitely looks
Interesting
like,
character this time.
yeah. Yeah. She's taking a moment this, that was so great about watching it the first season with how we were in a way on her side, seeing how the rest of the ISB were against her, and then she tortured Biggs.
Yeah, and then at the moment where it really was like, oh no, she's just, she's. It's harder for her to climb this ladder, but it's still the same ladder.
Yeah,
It's like
it's
she's
a ladder
still.
she wants to climb.
It's still a ladder she wants to climb, regardless whether it's hard or not. But I mean, just seeing, is it Denise Goff, her name? The
Yes,
actor? Seeing
yes.
her in action, she can, yeah, certainly act with the best of them. And then we're back again. Oh, g'day there, fellas. How's it going? Got my party gear on there, fellas. He looks like he's got some formal gear on here. And another smug git looks like Arnold Rimmer, and he's like in his fancy outfit as well.
Can't skip there. No, can't find it.
Lost it.
Yep.
54 seconds. Does that, if that helps? But it's just Mendo looking very smug, very got the chest sheer
Yep.
cat look.
Yep, he's looking very dapper.
Pretty
Definitely
formal wear
with
on, hasn't he?
formal wear, and it does look like the banker there in the background, as well as one of the ISB dudes who sit around the table.
So you
Like it's
think he's
blurry,
talking to
you
Mon
can't
Mothma?
really
It does look
see
like
him.
a lady's face, but there's no
Yeah,
guarantees it's Mon Mothma, I guess.
no,
But
no,
leaning into the
yeah.
Mendo,
Oh,
loving it. Here for
go
that.
go for it, Mendo. Go for it. I'm
Go
sure
for it,
he'll just
Mendo.
be
Good to have you back, mate.
eating it up. Eating it up like he'd eat a 4 and 20.
And then it's the critically acclaimed series that the card tells us. And then we get this amazing shot of a TIE fighter. This might be the same TIE fighter that Cassian was flying before. Just in a hangar, kind of taking out fools, just sort of on the
Yep.
ground and shooting people down. Quite a spectacular looking shot. Looking very cool. Not much else to say on that. And then we cut back to the dance party, and it is very fa la 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 la. But is that Mon Mothma dancing?
Yep. Yep. She's cutting loose. It's almost like she's just letting herself.
Have a moment of levity.
Yep. Yep. Of feeling the music.
I wonder what the music will be like. Like the actual music
Naamos.
she's dancing to.
Will it be another mix of Naamos?
It's like a real, like, do it's all going off. So yeah, and you get a nice sort of wide shot, and they're all doing a big sort of woo. And I
Now,
think you
the
might be
funny
right on
thing,
the wedding thing. It does look like a
formal sort of wear. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. The funny thing is, of course, way back before season 1, yeah, I've always semi-jokingly said about Andor crashing an Imperial ball. really, that's based on Dirty Dancing 2, Havana Nights, and my Jane Austen obsession.
Mhm.
But
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
could
This surely must be where he crashes.
could we get Cassian dancing here? Like, is this
I think it's
evidence that
very possible.
Tony
Has seen Dirty
made
Dancing to Havana Nights.
Tony, are you doing this for me?
He's
Come
like,
on,
Catherine,
Tony,
I'm
you
really sorry that we have to condense the release schedule, but I did get Cassie in to dance, to dress up in a suit, slick his hair back, and get him to dance at a. It's a very good chance that this is the event that he's crashing in that suit. It would make perfect sense. I didn't even put two and
Yep,
two together.
yep.
I wonder if they're all there. Like, I wonder if this is the same place that Krennic's at as well. Like, are they all? Is this whole thing where they're all at this event and they all pretending to be somebody else, or half of them pretending to be somebody else? Like, is Luthen there? Mon Mothma's there, Cassian's there, Krennic's there. They're all in this, you know.
Mm. Yeah, yeah.
Come on.
At the event
And
of
then
the
they just do a
century.
dance off or something.
Yeah.
I still want wacky alien band though. Like, give me a wacky alien band. Give me. It doesn't have to be the Max Rebo band, but like, you know. So returns. Okay, of course, going slow, and then we get a ship going into hyperspace, shooting off.
Yep.
And it looks like an X-wing. Is that an X-wing? Looks a little bit like an X-wing. Can't quite tell. It's
Yeah.
going as well, and it's in hyperspace.
Yeah. So, but we can see a little droid pointing up there. It's looking like an older model astromech.
Yep,
So
looks like
sort of shaped a bit like Chopper.
R5 kind of vibe.
Yeah, R5 is a good call. Yeah.
The bad motivators one, and then very quickly we get a shot. Now this is a different. Now this is actually just talking about the wedding. This is another formal shot. It's very quick at a minute 3. And there's this sort of weird light thing in here. Everyone's in formal dress, and this is not the wedding. So this could be actually where Cassian's all dressed up. So he might be at both events, maybe, but this looks like this is a formal event. Everyone's in their glad rags as well.
Yes.
So that may be the other one. He may not be. He may be dancing at this one as well.
Yeah. Yep.
You don't know.
Like this could be like a gallery, showing or something. But yeah, it's interesting. Again, it's very Coruscant giving vibes. Yeah,
A lot of
interesting.
humans, almost all humans as well. Haven't really seen any aliens in this trailer at all.
Well, season 1 of Andor didn't have very many aliens full stop. So I don't think we even really saw many in the trailer, if we saw any.
Yeah.
The Empire itself doesn't have a lot of
disdain for aliens.
it doesn't have a lot of aliens within it. So yeah.
Which I always found weird. Like, surely aliens must outnumber humans considerably, but I don't know. Who knows?
Yeah, well.
So if you move that shot very quickly, that shot of in the gallery thing, another few more frames, the banker guy sort of steps into frame. So he's at this event. It may be Mon Mothma. It might be Mon Mothma and her husband, actually. Just judging from the back of their heads, is sort of looks like Mon Mothma on the left and Shithead on the right.
Yeah,
as well. So
the worst,
Perrin,
dude. You're the worst.
And then we get to the real stuff of 104. I mean, this has to be K2SO, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm putting a lot more stock into this being K2SO with the yellow stripe, but also the slightly hunched posture as well.
Yeah,
like this. So yeah, I'm going to bet this
it's
is
good money.
K2SO. Yeah,
you can ask him. You can ask him yourself in a few weeks. Air your grievances to Alan Tudyk. I would just get him to do the Clayface voice that he does in the Harley Quinn cartoon. That's my favorite. It's Lady Gaga. That's my favorite Alan Tudyk. Oh my god, he's so good in that. We get some stormtroopers run down a corridor. Lights and stuff are all sort of going off and happening. And then we're back in the field, and it looks like Cassian's giving a hug to, I assume, Bix.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I'd
maybe
say
not. This
that
might be
looks like
early. I've got a
Bix's
feeling
hair.
this might be early. Like, I feel like this might be the first arc back of him going back and recruiting
Yeah.
or getting her back and getting her involved, perhaps.
Yeah.
Maybe they've had
Yeah.
to move somewhere because all the stuff that went down on Rick's Road. He's gone to find them. Or he's got when the Imperials have found them, they're after him. He's come to help them and get them. So
Yeah.
hopefully they all make him out alive. We'll see. But he looks pretty happy to see her. We'll see a
Yeah.
little romance, maybe. We'll see.
Mhm.
And there's just a shot of a trooper putting his helmet down. And if you do actually watch the trailer with the music on, it is done to the beat. I did check. It's like dun 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 click dun 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 dun. So someone's just lined their little edit points up with the bit on the song.
Yeah.
And I'm just sort of burning through this now, obviously, but we get a shot of a vehicle sort of driving down the road, kicking stuff up, and then 109 looking very. I mean, he's got a nice jacket. He's no Cassian jacket, but Cyril's back, looking somewhat important.
Yeah, like still a twerp, but yeah, he's
That's not the guard on
definitely
the right. That's not that guard. The big dude on the right isn't. I don't know if you can
no,
see the shot I'm looking at. It's not
no.
just another big dude.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Cyril has sort of got a brown overcoat, and then his suit. That again, I'm going to sound like his mother here and say he's got that collar heightened.
Oh yeah, he does a good
It's
sort of run into shot.
yeah, it's interesting with the built-in tie.
Yeah, it's definitely a vibe. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe it'll take off. Maybe it's just setting the tone. But he's obviously seen something and he's running out to meet it. And then we get a shot of some fire, stuff's going down, an explosion. It might be the explosion that Cassian sent off earlier, if it's related to that. And then 113, your boy Melchi is back.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Now we know Melchi makes it
fantastic.
out, but this doesn't mean we don't have to put him in a little bit of peril.
Yeah, just a little bit of peril. Yeah. Yeah, but it's great to see him again. It's great to see him again.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how he folds back into the story, whether he's just at the rebellion when the cat is not happy. Do you need to attend to the cat?
Yeah, so yes. I don't know. He's out in his little enclosure and I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I think about Melchi then for a second.
No.
I'm going to leave that bit in.
No.
Though. I'm like, well, they can tell just from that little shot that Melchi's out of his enclosure.
Jack's in his little enclosure and he's running, telling me something. He's run back out again. He's upset about something, but oh no, I can't bring him back in.
We're winding up here anyway, so hopefully he'll be able to hold on for a little bit longer. But whoops, hold on. Oh, I've just lost my window. There it is. So yeah, someone's blasted at Melchi. We don't know what's going on there. And then there's an actor. I don't know who that is, and it's a lady. She's pulled a weapon out and she's waving it around like crazy. I don't recognize her at all. So I'm not quite sure what's going on with her. New talent. And we get sort of a spectacular shot of a TIE fighter, maybe the same one that was shooting down at the stormtroopers before from below. And the stormtroopers all kind of wailing on it. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. And we get kind of a nice little shot of Cassian leaping over a table. So it's all action these last few seconds.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot going on. So I'm guessing a lot of third episode of arcs footage happening here.
It does make you wonder what they're holding on to. You know, what they're sort of keeping in the chamber. What episodes are these from? how much are they willing to give away, all that kind of stuff. But we'll see. But definitely, action is. We get some just some quick shots here. It looks like Bix is in a fight with somebody. A few people kind of like yelling and having a bad time, and then we get a shot of Saw Gerrera talking to somebody saying, "You're here, you're right here," and it's kind of weird because in the context of the trailer with the music, it
Mm,
almost feels like it's played comically,
yeah.
but I'm sure that it's not in the context of the scene in the show because the way
Okay.
the music cuts out and sort of, you know what I mean? Like,
Mm,
I don't think that the tone that it's conveying with the music in this part is accurate. I think it'll be a dramatic scene in the show when it comes out for reals.
yeah. Now, I'm basing this on absolutely nothing except maybe a hope that this will be Tivik, the guy who Cassian shoots on the Ring of Catherine.
Ah, could be. This is how he gets the info.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I don't know. As I say, I'm basing that on nothing but hope.
Could be. It's
Yeah.
not a. It's not a. It's not an unfair. It's not an inaccurate guess. I reckon it's a very good chance it could.
Yeah. I would really like it if we saw him in in this series, and I'd like it in a way if we saw him a few times and interacting with Cassian, so we see that
He trusts
oh,
him, and
yeah, trust him, that relationship, as it were, sort of build up, and then what happened on the Ring of Catherine.
yep. So it gives a little bit more weight
Yeah,
to that. So he just sort
yeah.
of says, "Oh, and you're ready to fight," and then we get the title, Andor. Was it Andor a Star Wars story last time?
No, no, it was just Andor. They added a Star Wars story. I can't remember
Is it
when.
on the DVDs? No, I don't think it's
No,
on the. It's not on Disney at all, is it?
no, they've added it to some of the promotional stuff in some of the meantime, but I can double check the box set. But no, I think they've added that on to sort of so
Rogue
people
One was a
know
Star
it's
Wars
Star Wars.
story, wasn't it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
So
and
maybe
we were
that's the.
expecting a few more. Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. They're all going to be Star Wars stories. So yeah, we get the title, and then just to close it out, let's just bring it home with a nice
yeah,
big 6-pointer from 70 meters out, looking very dapper. Now we did get a similar shot. I don't know if it was the exact same shot at the celebration trailer, but we did see him sort of all slicked up.
yeah. I think we sort of saw this shot. Yeah. Yeah,
Yep,
I'm not gonna say 100%, but I'm pretty sure this was it. Maybe not all the background done, but yeah,
yep,
yeah,
yep.
I think we saw it.
And there you go, season 2, April
Mm.
22, Disney Plus. Be there or be square. So good trailer. I think I know we're winding up here, and I said it before. I think it's been done to be a bit more mass appeal. I think it's trying to lighten the tone in
Mm.
the trailer, but I think the show will. I don't think it's a. The song is not a reflection of the tone of the show at
No,
all.
no, no, not at all.
It's a little bit weird that they've gone a little jovial with it, but it's okay. It's. I don't think it's going to affect the show in the slightest. I don't think the song or the music will be in the show in the slightest. I don't think we'll get another trailer before. Did we get 2 Skeleton Crew trailers? I don't remember.
Oh, we got a lot of, like, television
Are
spots.
you signing off from TV spots and stuff now, and anything like that as we get closer, or will you indulge?
I've tended not to watch any television spots because they've tended to give away a lot more than what trailers do.
Yep,
Um I know it's probably gonna be, again, hard to avoid because of the tagging that happens,
yep,
or people just sending me things, but yeah, I don't know, but I'd prefer not to because I find those TV spots for all of the stuff has been sort of giving a lot away, because I think, was it a TV spot for Rise of Skywalker that gave away that the fleet turns up?
Oh, maybe. I don't remember. I'm the same. I check out. I don't watch the TV spots. I definitely
Yeah.
check out by then because they can't help themselves. So yeah, here we are. We've only got a few weeks to go. However many days, 58 days, Catherine, or whatever it is.
Whatever
Do
it is,
they show the full
wherever it
arc at
counts.
Celebration Japan? I kind of feel like they might.
I mean, it's a possibility, but that's a lot.
It's a lot, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. They showed one episode of Mando. Was it one episode of Kenobi or two?
2 episodes of Kenobi because it ended
Two.
on the Vader waking up in the tank,
Yeah, yeah. Um,
which was the same as what they dropped on Disney by the time it had
yeah,
finished.
yeah. But of
And then I think
course,
Acolyte they showed, I wasn't at Celebration, but the previews, I think people got 3 episodes on that.
yeah.
So
And the like preview that they gave to people of Andor was 4 episodes, and yet the first release was 3 episodes. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I
I don't
guess
know
we'll
what
see.
they're going to do.
That could eat into our karaoke time.
Well, yeah, nah. It's just, like the April 22nd date is after Celebration.
Yep.
I can't remember how close to Celebration they announced the change of that Kenobi date, to being like during Celebration.
So does that mean that's Easter? That means it'll be Monday in Australia?
No, no, no. It's the
Oh,
Wednesday
it's the
in
Wednesday, isn't it?
Australia.
Yep. So we'll be
Yeah,
back.
yeah.
You'll
It's
be
the
back.
23rd.
You'll be in Disney on the teacups
Yeah.
or something.
Well, yes, I'll be in Disney having pay through the nose for the vacation package, and then
Make sure you
go
remember your Disney Plus password.
Oh, okay. I want to spend 3 hours back in the hotel room watching Andor. Plus, that's a day I flip and have to change hotel rooms. So I don't have access to a room during the day to flip and watch it.
You'll have
Oh,
to talk. You'll have to sweet talk some people at Lucasfilm at Celebration, get them to hook you up. Well, thanks for coming on. I know it's been a bit of a roller coaster, as you said today, but I think talking it out's probably definitely, helped you
yeah.
compartmentalize. I don't know. Anyway, it's a big word. I can't say it right now, but the show looks great. It looks
Yeah.
like it's going to absolutely kick butt. We'll work out how we get this podcast out and do all these things. We'll be here. Don't worry. We may not be dropping as soon as you watch it, but people will be in the same boat. Not everyone's just going to sit and watch it. And I'm assuming it's going to be the 8 p.m. drop, which hasn't actually been confirmed yet. So we don't even know if it's going to be 8 p.m. in America or if it's going to be midnight or what it's going to be. They seem to be settled on this 8 p.m. drop now. I guess we'll find out as we get closer to. Catherine, you're living, not that you're not already living it, but you're in your Andor season, very well received Andor season with some big friends, big name friends who have been through.
Yes, so I've covered first arc, Eldani arc, the announcement, and the Narkina arc. So I've got to cover the finale arc. Yes, I was sort of doing it in those chunks, even though I'd rather, part of me had wanted to do it episodically, but my schedule isn't the bestest. But yes, it's been fantastic going back and watching that and really hunkering down on all the details. I've had some fantastic guests on, so yeah,
Can you sizzle for the finale? Can you sizzle the guest on the finale? And it's still in the works.
still in the works. Yep, I want to practice again with the recording equipment. Thanks
Yep.
again, Josh, for saving an episode.
Yeah, we're still teething a little bit with Wave Room, some more than others, but we're getting there. If you hear this, you'll know that it's worked, at least on this side. So we'll see. But no, I did do a little backup, and I'm happy to do that again just for peace of mind, because sometimes things go crazy. That's podcasting. But it's been great. You're right in it, and you'll obviously be you're always a regular feature on this show anyway, and we'll get you on probably before we hit Celebration. We'll probably do a Celebration little planny thing as we get closer to. We've got a couple of other guests lined up for some Celebration things. One guest who's not going to Celebration and one guest who will be going to Celebration. And yeah, that's about it really. Like I said, the stickers are here. If you're going, there'll be some patches, and the beanies are being finalized as well. So there'll be a few. If you're a listener, if you're listening to this podcast and you're going to Celebration, probably a good chance you can get one if you let me know. Even if you feel like you don't know me that well, let me know. Friends who I know are all hooked up, but if you're a listener and you're going to be there, there's a pretty good chance we can get you one.
I'm going to give everyone the red hot tip of, yes, you do have to reach out to Josh earlier rather than later so that he can make up his list to double check that, because those beanies, mate, they are collector items.
They are. People ask about them. I've got a feeling, I don't know, I haven't seen the merch list for Celebration, but they'll probably be mistaken for official merch, as they have been most years and stuff as well. So we'll see. But thank you, Catherine, as always.
Thank you,
Keep
Josh.
counting down. And everybody who was waiting to hear Catherine's reaction, I hope you got what you wanted. But she'll be on the regular scheduled social commitments, as always.
It's been a big day.
It has. We've only got a few weeks to go. So strap in. So thank you, Catherine.
Thank you, Josh.
And we'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.